it is quite disappointing that when I went to the election booth to vote, they said that आपका नाम नहीं है sir. When I'm showing my card, they're saying that आपका नाम नहीं है.
यहाँ से करीबन 1400-1500 लोगों का नाम नहीं है. मैं कहता हूँ एक पूरी बिल्डिंग की बिल्डिंग गायब है.
वोटिंग में हमारा पहला घर आता है, उसके बाद हमारे बाजू वालों का घर आता है. बाजू वालों का नंबर है, उनका वोटिंग है, लेकिन हमारा घर माइनस किया है, हमारा वोटिंग नहीं है.
यहाँ पे अपना जो मोबाइल ऐप है 5 जनवरी में जो प्रसिद्ध किया था इलेक्शन कमिश्नर ने, उसमें नाम है वोटर का, लेकिन अंदर जाने के बाद जहाँ पे हमारे पोलिंग एजेंट जो बूथ में बैठे हैं वहाँ पे भी वो लिस्ट में नाम है, लेकिन जो बूथ के अंदर जो मेन आदमी बैठता है उनके पास जो इलेक्शन कमिश्नर की जो लिस्ट है उसके ऊपर नाम नहीं है.
हमने प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर से भी कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की, जोनल ऑफिसर से भी कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश की. सब लोग ये जगह पे मौजूद है, लेकिन कोई बाहर आके हमसे डिबेट नहीं कर रहा है.
बोलते हैं कि लोग आके वोट डालने का, नहीं तो कुछ हक नहीं मांग सकता है, ऐसा सब टीवी में देखते हैं. फिर हमारा लिस्ट में नाम नहीं है तो हम लोग कैसे डाल सकते हैं.
My name has unfortunately not shown up in the list. It's very bizarre because I voted last year, so it's very upset.
We don't prepare the voter list. Voter list is prepared by the Election Commission of India, which we borrow and we use as it is. We have neither added any name nor deleted any name after 5th of January. If their name is not there in the voter list prepared by the Election Commission of India, we cannot do anything. I'll request all my citizen friends that you also invest some time and check whether your name is there or not.
Well, that is the response exclusively coming to us from the Election Commissioner of the state of Maharashtra. Now, we have to accept that it was a very, very large exercise undertaken by the Election Commission, where every large city in this state went to vote yesterday. But the question that we are asking today is if the estimates made by newspapers are accurate, that over 10 lakh people did not vote. If 10 lakh people did not vote in a 90 lakh member election, what does that mean for the election that we saw took place yesterday? What does that mean for the results of that election? Should there be remedial measures taken by the government? Or, as we are seeing, there are no remedial measures, the results will be announced tomorrow. That's the question we're asking, and we have that entire interview of the Election Commissioner, which we will play during the course of this show. But I want to now introduce our guests. On the show this evening, we have Niranjan Shetty of the BJP, Sanjay Tatkare of the NCP joins us now, Indrani Malkani, the Managing Trustee of Citizens Action Network, Mumbai, who's also helped and worked with the Election Commissioner and the Election Commission in this particular election. So she brings in that expertise. Priyanka Chaturvedi, representative of the Congress Party. We also have Rajiv Mishra and Rajkumar Sharma, both RTI activists who join us in the studio, and a family of people who tell us they were left off the list. I will start with Rajkumar Sharma. Sharma ji, tell me this. What is the estimate right now of the number of people who've been left off the list? And you heard the Election Commissioner's response. You should have checked. He says citizens should have checked before he went to the polls.
Why should I check my name every time? If in a family, he says they have taken the list from the other authority, fine. Then if someone has voted in that during that election, the list that he has got, how that person's name has deleted this time? Can he answer that question? People who voted in the last election, how their name has been deleted this time? That means what he says is not true.
That means what he says is not true. He said we've not made any additions and we've not made any deletions from the list. I want to go to Heetal, who's joining us right now. Heetal is one of the citizens who was denied the right to vote yesterday because her name was not on the list. Heetal, go ahead. Tell us, how many elections have you voted in the past, and why was your name not on the list? What were you told at the polling booth yesterday?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
या 3 साल से तो हम दे रहे हैं वोट, लेकिन कल के लिस्ट में हमारा नाम नहीं था, उसकी वजह से हमें वोट नहीं देने दिया गया. इलेक्शन कार्ड होने के बावजूद भी हमें इलेक्शन करने को नहीं दिया गया.
Indrani Malkani, this is true. That a lot of people called us yesterday. A lot of people called us yesterday saying from and there were cases where entire buildings were left out, where entire communities were left out. How could these errors have happened?
Well, you know, Faye, as I was hearing earlier, and I too have received quite a few queries, anxious moments of people not finding lists, etc. Going back to a little bit as a understanding that what Mr. Saharia said, that the State Election Commission uses the same voter list which is prepared by the Election Commission of India. The State Election Commission's office does not in any way interfere with the list that is prepared by the Election Commission, because that's the rule. Now, having said that, what has happened this time is, which could be one of the reasons as to why such a, administrative issue has come up in respect to many voters not being there or not finding their names. There has been a large delimitation exercise which took place. And with the merger of wards, of electoral wards, unlike the Vidhan Sabha and the Lok Sabha elections, where there is, everything is dependent on the assembly areas, assembly election areas, right? But
so the name should have moved. They couldn't have gotten deleted.
It is not like that. It is not like that. What has happened is, I'm not saying that there hasn't been issues of names not being there on the list. What I'm saying is that it is a fact that when the delimitation exercise took place, the number of people who are supposed to be in one electoral ward and have known themselves to be there, with delimitation, they have been moved to another electoral ward. So when that has happened, and polling stations have been changed for them. I saw myself also that people landed up in their usual polling station areas. Unfortunately, their polling station has been shifted to another area.
So what you're saying fundamentally is you could have been moved, but you needn't have been deleted.
Correct.
That's not the case.
No,
Rajkumar Sharma?
No, I disagree totally.
Why not? Why do you disagree?
Because if your polling center has been changed, they go to the next polling station, the name should be there.
Yes.
Why was it not there?
No, I truly...
What is the explanation for that name not being there when the polling station has been changed?
Can I come in?
Yes,
the same voters list should have gone to that polling
Sanjay Tatkare, come in, and we have to open this now to a larger question of the fact that if the estimates are 10 lakh people didn't vote yesterday out of 90 lakh people, what does that mean for the results, Sanjay Tatkare?
See, I'll tell you what. I was attending all those meetings Mr. Saharia had conducted. I was representing NCP and I had been attending Mr. Saharia's meeting for past 2 months. And every time we went there for a meeting, there were suggestions from various political parties. But unfortunately, I have to say that all the suggestions and all the objections were stonewalled. Secondly, what Mrs. Malkani was saying, that because of the delimitation, certain names must have, changed their wards or something. But that is half truth. The truth is, all the wards within the assembly segments remain intact. Though there were limitations, but say for instance, 6 wards in Colaba stayed within 6 wards of Colaba. So the assembly segment has not changed, the Lok Sabha segment has not changed. So the question of deletion doesn't arise. Why this deletion has happened, I'll tell you. We were privy to all these decisions which Mr. Saharia took, and the worst decision he took was renaming the voters list.
Yes, that is the reason.
Yes.
Because the serial numbers which were there for Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha were changed for these wards.
Okay.
And unfortunately, this whole exercise has been sublet. They were subcontracted to a private agency, which probably have goofed up.
So the question is, Rajiv Mishra, I know that you've been working with people as well. What is the estimate right now? How many people didn't vote yesterday?
देखो भाई, अगर आप ऐसे देखने जाओगे, जो आप आंकड़ा बता रही हो 10 लाख का, तो 227 वार्ड में अगर 10 लाख के आंकड़े अगर आप बोल रही हैं, तो नियर अबाउट पर वार्ड अगर आप देखेंगी तो 5000 वोटिंग्स हो गए. पर वार्ड के हिसाब से। अगर 5000 वोटिंग जब नेक टू नेक कंपटीशन हो तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा मायने रखता है 5000 वोटिंग, और वो भी जिस तरीके के लोग सामने आ रहे हैं, इसका मतलब दे वो वोट करने वाले लोग हैं और वो वोट करने गए हैं, उनको वहां मिला नहीं है, तो इसका मतलब है वो बाहर आके वोट करने वाले लोग हैं। अगर ऐसे लोगों को आप जहां पर 227 वार्ड हैं, 90 लाख पॉपुलेशन है, तो आप समझ के चलो 40 से 42 हजार वोटिंग पर वार्ड के हिसाब से आप रख लो। उसमें अगर 50-52% वोटिंग होती है तो आप 22,000 में इसका पूरा डिक्लेरेशन होना है, और वहां अगर 1,000 लोग भी मत देने से वंचित हो गए तो इसका रिजल्ट पर बहुत बड़ा असर पड़ सकता है। तो अगर ये ह्यूमन एरर है, टेक्निकल एरर है, तो मैं इसको शायद उतना बहुत बड़ा बात नहीं मानूंगा, लेकिन अगर ये कहीं प्लानिंग है तो ये बहुत ही खतरनाक प्लानिंग है, और ये भारतीय लोकतंत्र के लिए अच्छा नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर ये प्लान के तहत किया गया है तो इसका मतलब है कि अब कहीं ना कहीं इस तरह की प्लानिंग इलेक्शन कमीशन के दरवाजे तक पहुंच गई है, जो कि एक इंडिपेंडेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है। वहां तक अगर पहुंच करके कोई प्लानिंग करने में सक्सेस हो रहा है तो ये बहुत खतरनाक।
प्रियंका चतुर्वेदी of the Congress Party, what does this mean for the results of this election? And I'll bring in all of the political parties now. What does this mean for the results of the election if what Rajiv Mishra is saying, that a large number of people did not vote, and that could have been a swing?
Yeah. Yes, when he breaks it down to different wards and the difference is about 5,000 per ward, we must remember one thing, that most of the times candidates lose with a margin of 100, 200, 300, 1,000 votes at a maximum. And if you have such huge numbers missing, then it is a cause for concern for every political party and for political parties who were hoping that this corrupt regime of BJP and Shiv Sena would end with the number of voters that were coming out to vote. Considering that till afternoon the voting percentage was around 43, it jumped up to 55%, and you have whole chunk of voters who didn't find their names in the list.
I want to interrupt
this
Priyanka.
really goes to show that people were coming out in large numbers. They were coming out in large numbers. Allow me to speak and then you can interrupt. You can interrupt once I'm done. Okay, I can't participate in a debate when they are interrupting like
no, that's very unfair.
Priyanka Chaturvedi, you were saying that it's
electoral rights.
So to be fair, she said it is of concern
to
every political
the
party.
Issue?
She said it's of concern to every political party.
She's trying to politicize the issue. Here it was decided that we'll discuss on the electoral politics. As far as the voters are concerned.
Niranjan Shetty, respond to this. Priyanka Chaturvedi said that if in such small margins, if such large number of voters are missing, it's of concern to every political party.
Absolutely.
Is it not of concern to the BJP?
I do agree with the concern.
Yes.
I do agree that the election commission is
responsible. Can you allow me to complete and then I'll stay quiet and they can participate in whatever discussion they want. Why is it that we need to interrupt each other? I know it's so difficult.
You brought politics into it. That's why I need to interrupt you.
If you have a counterpoint of view, if you have a counterpoint of view, please patiently wait for your turn. This is exactly the problem why we can't have reasonable discussions. I'm talking on behalf of every political party. I'm not just making a point from my perspective. It was a point about people losing with 100, 200 margin, and when you have 5,000 voters not getting a chance to vote while they've come out in huge numbers to vote, then it is a cause for concern. Very clearly, people were coming out to make a decisive change in the voting pattern that we have seen over the years. They were coming to make a decisive change with regards to the kind of governance they have seen in the corporation, the kind of corruption that they have seen in corporation, and it was a vote for change. 55% voters coming out is one thing, but these 10 lakh, 12 lakh voters missing out would add to the percentage of voting. This means there was a vote for a decisive change. So that is where the concern lies. When you do not have voters exercising their right while they've come out in to the polling stations to vote, then I think Election Commission needs to look into it and perhaps give these voters who missed their chance a chance to vote. Because this would be highly unfair that people who've come out to vote have been denied their right to vote.
All right, Niranjan Shetty, do you agree that the Election Commission should give these people a second chance to vote? I don't know how that's possible considering counting begins tomorrow morning.
No, first of all, I would agree to your point of view. I do not deny. I agree what Mr. Sharma said. Yes, and Mrs. Malkani, as she rightly pointed out, there could have been like because of the change of the delimitations and all. But then I fully put the onus on the Election Commission because, as my other counterpart from NCP rightly said, that there are various kinds of meetings been held before the election, but the election commission does not take into account our suggestion. It should have, see, his responsibility is to conduct free and fair election, right? Absolutely. Now, what happens whenever such political parties give them suggestion, they don't listen to us.
What were the suggestions? What were the suggestions?
For example, like this example, when a voter goes to vote, they have a different list. So it is mandatory that what kind of list they are having should have been shared with the candidate who is contesting the election, so that the list which he is having, the voter list which the election presiding officer has, the same should have been with the candidates of all the political parties, which is never shared much more before. Even the booth level officers, those who send door to door, are not totally knowledgeable about what kind of area they are going into. As Mr. Sharma said, or I think he is contradicting his own statement, the election commissioner, that he is only using all those voter lists what was sent by the Election Commission of India.
Okay, let me bring in some voices, because I think we all agree here that what has happened is completely unfair. The question is, what happens now? Makarand Narvekar joins us, and Makarand Narvekar is contesting from the BJP on a BJP ticket, but backed by several citizen groups. Makarand Narvekar, do you believe, or did you also find in your ward that a lot of people complained of being left off the list? And do you think this is going to impact one way or the other the result of these elections?
Yes, I think a lot of people were missed out on from the list, and this could impact not only in my ward, of course, but in the city, and this definitely could have a bearing on the results in many places. But having said that, the peculiar thing that we noticed yesterday was that the list had the physical list, the printed list didn't have the names, but the online version did have the names of a lot of people. So some people who were lucky managed to go to the table set up by a political party.
So Makarand, the fact that the election commissioner said that you should have checked earlier, there was a list put up online, you should have checked that list and then let us know. So you're saying that's not a valid suggestion, because there were cases where names were on the online list but not on the physical list at the polls.
See, my point is, these are, now we are talking about the civic elections. And what happens is, in civic elections, it is more, civic elections should be a little more inclusive. And I'm certain that if these, even for preparing the list or checking the names, if it is made, more inclusive, where we get in the, resident associations or citizens or active residents involved in this process, I think it will have a bigger bearing. Because yesterday what we saw is, in my ward, the resident associations were super active. When they realized in the morning itself that there is a glitch here, residents themselves got their laptops, logged on to the official website. They were helping each other. They were helping residents to find their names online, writing it on a piece of paper and asking them, guiding them to the concerned booth. So the way I look at it, even for preparing the list, I think it is important that we have, active people or associations involved.
Indrani Malkani, did that not happen? And I want you to also respond to the fact that everyone's telling us that the Election Commission did not take suggestions from political parties.
Well, now, I cannot possibly speak whether suggestions from political parties were taken, not taken, etc. However, there is something I'd like to share with all citizens and on this forum. That the point which Makarand just raised about...
Sanjay Datkare says the minutes of the meeting are available of suggestions that were given by political parties that were not taken by the Election Commission.
No, I have noted that. I've been listening quite interestedly into the points that have just been made. And there is something called debriefing. Yes, there has been major problems. There have been a lot of issues. I'm not putting it aside. But learnings and working forward, because this is not a one-off only. And there have been many issues. So I'm not blind to them, because I have also seen certain things happening which could have been avoided. And these are operational things that have happened and should not have happened, need to be rectified. Having said that, let me come to the issue of resident associations or housing societies. Now, Mumbai in particular has got its huge strength in housing societies. And as per Election Commission's own working regarding voter updating, because pure voter rolls is something which we all aspire to accomplish. Having said that, the housing societies are supposed to play the role of a facilitator to give authentic information. Because the Election Commission office by itself does not have dedicated staff. And because they don't have any dedicated staff, and when they do this whole exercise of, voter list upgradation, summary revisions, etc., various people are requisitioned from various departments, and they are not necessarily well trained to do the work that they are supposed to do.
Indrani Malkani, I'm going to ask you an uncomfortable question.
Not at all. Nothing is uncomfortable.
If I may.
Tell me.
You said this was an operational glitch. Now, it's a very expensive operational glitch. Are we sure it was just an operational glitch? Because, and I'm going to play out the entire interview of the Election Commissioner, where he has said very categorically that we do not modify the list in any way.
Yes.
We receive it from the central government.
Quite right. I have heard Mr. Saharia, and I do know for a fact that the State Election Commission is not the authority which has anything to do with the pure list. That list is prepared by the Election Commission of India through the CEO, the various state CEOs. However, when the list comes for local body elections, what happens is that it gets bifurcated into electoral wards. Now, when that electoral ward, the names are being put into place, and there are issues of delimitation, there I'm fairly certain that many names would be found subsequently if we go back to
other lists.
We will find it.
Okay.
What has bothered me, I would like
Vershis.
Yes, just one point which I was a little concerned about when I heard that different lists were being seen, which is a point of great concern, because there is only one master list. And that list is supposed to be bifurcated to various presiding officers in the booths.
And I think, I want to point out the graphic on the screen. Kolaba Ward A, who had 34% in 2012, 49.11% in this particular election, which means that Priyanka Chaturvedi was right. People actually came out, got involved, decided to vote in this election. And what a massive disappointment that nearly an estimate, and this is an estimate, we don't know the real numbers yet, an estimate of 10 lakh out of 90 lakh people did not get a chance to vote. Usha is with us right now. She didn't get a chance to vote yesterday. Usha ji, आप बताइए, क्या आपको बताया गया कि आपका नाम कोई दूसरे वार्ड में गया होगा? क्या आपने चेक किया था? आपको पोलिंग स्टेशन पे क्या बताया गया कल?
बताने में नहीं आया। नहीं, ऐसा कुछ बताया नहीं। उधर दो टेबल बैठे थे, 2 घंटे उधर लोग बैठे थे जहाँ बुक में नाम रहता है, उसमें नाम ढूंढा हम लोगों ने, हमको नहीं मिला। 2-3 घंटे तक हम लोग घूमते रहे, ऊपर नीचे होते रहे, लेकिन हम लोगों को वोट डालने के लिए नहीं दिया। वोटर आईडी दिखाया उन लोगों को तो भी वोट डालने को नहीं दिया।
आपने पिछले बार कितने इलेक्शंस में वोट दिया है आपने?
कोई जानना है। अभी मैं 60 ईयर की हूँ, 18 साल से वोट डाल रही हूँ। 18 साल की थी तब से वोट डाल रही हूँ।
चेक करते हैं ना।
और अभी मेरा 60 ईयर एज है।
and this
लास्ट भी मैंने डाला था, विधानसभा का चुनाव था तब भी वोट डाला था। यही बार नहीं आया है। जितना भी लोगों को अभी तक मालूम पड़ा है, टोटली गुजराती लोगों का ही नाम निकाला है। और मेरी फैमिली में से खाली मेरे बहू और बेटे का नाम आया। बेटे का नाम तो 2 जगह से आया।
Is this not a goof up?
And
proves my point.
Niranjan Shetty, this is a very real problem. This is a very real problem.
I have a suggestion to make. Yeah, Mr. Sharma, I have a suggestion to, if Election Commissioner Saharia is looking at this conversation, the suggestion is like how we have our own PAN card or any other things. Like we have an identity number on voter list. Can we not continue that same, Mrs. Malkani?
I still fail to understand this, Niranjan Shetty. Someone who has been voting for nearly 50 years.
That's what I'm saying.
How can her name be missing off this list? So something has gone horribly wrong. Something has gone horribly wrong.
So that's what I said. I said his statement is contradictory when he said that he has already he is only using that copy paste concept and that is actually what is not gulpable.
No.
Is it?
Yes.
So
In
what
fact,
I'm
Rohit-
trying to give a suggestion, if the election commission's officers or personally Mr. Saria is looking this debate, I am suggesting like how we can continue. The voter identity card itself should be allowed as a voter card so that he can go irrespective of the list that is being prepared year again. What is the requirement? If you are going to continue with this same, you can use such a kind of smart card where you can swipe the details and the voter who's having that voter ID can go and vote.
Right.
What is the necessary of
Rohit-
such kind of voter list?
Rohit is on the phone line from Matunga. Rohit, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Rohit. We can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. This is regarding the yesterday's issue, what I'm currently seeing on the Magic Breaks now.
Yes, you're on the show. Go ahead, Rohit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I have my election card with me, issued by the Election Commission of India. And my name is wrongly printed, and I had given 3 times for correction. And all the 3 times my name is printed wrong. That is first time my name is Rohit Prasad, and first time I got the card, it was printed as Rohit Prasad S. Prasad. Second time, I again gave for correction. That time it came Prasad Rohit Prasad. And third time when I gave for correction, again my name was spelled as Prasad Rohit S. Prasad. And when I have clearly given my date of birth as 16/08/1988, they have printed as cross 1989. So, and with this, I had gone for yesterday in my polling booth for voting.
Yes.
And I had shown them the election card, and they strictly said that आप वोट नहीं डाल सकते हो सर, आपका नाम polling list में नहीं है. बल्कि in 2008 I had given.
No, but Rohit, tell us this. Did you check online on the list available online as well? Did it have your name on the list?
Online record shows that there is no such record found. Then how did I get my election card?
It's a very good question.
Yeah, I would only
So actually, but you know, this is the question, and I'm going to take this question over to Rajiv Mishra. Rajiv Mishra, there is an election card, there is a registration process, then you're issued an election card, then there is an online list, then there is a physical list at the election booth. They should technically be one card, one list. There's a lot of complication, and we are understanding that, you know, the Lok Sabha elections are different, the state assembly elections are different, the list made for local elections are different. The point is, if someone has voted once, they are a valid voter in this country. They should be taken seriously.
फिर देखो, एक तरफ इलेक्शन कमीशन जो है वोट परसेंटेज बढ़ाने के लिए इतना ऐड वगैरह सब करते हैं, दूसरी तरफ टेक्निकली वो ये बोलते हैं कि बहुत ही स्ट्रांग हो गए हैं, आप ऑनलाइन वोटर लिस्ट में अपना नाम दर्ज करा सकते हैं, ये सारी चीज़ें वो बोलते हैं. अभी जैसा मलकानी मैडम बोल रही थी कि डीलिमिटेशन के चलते इस पर असर पड़ा होगा. दिस इज द ड्यूटी ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन कि आप ये अगर डीलिमिटेशन होता है तो आप वो डीलिमिटेशन पीरियड के बाद जो भी वोटिंग चेंजिंग आपके अंदर आती है बूथ लेवल पर या वार्ड लेवल पर, आप उस चेंजिंग को आप पब्लिश करें या आप लोगों को बताएं कि हाँ सच एंड सच बूथ में ऐसा ऐसा डिफरेंसेस आया है, आप इस डिफरेंसेस को चेक कर लें और आप देख लें कि आप उस बूथ के अंदर या उस वार्ड के अंदर आपका नाम है कि नहीं है. और इसको जिस तरीके से वो वोट परसेंटेज बढ़ाने के लिए निवेदन करते हैं उसी तरीके से लोगों में ये जागरूकता लानी चाहिए. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जिस तरीके के अभी 2-3 लोगों ने जिस तरीके का बात बताया कि हम लोग सब अच्छे से भरते हैं, हमारे पास इलेक्शन कार्ड था, हम इलेक्शन कार्ड लेकर के गए और वो उसी एरिया में रहते हैं जहां पर पहले से रहते थे और वो वार्ड भी चेंज नहीं हुआ है. ऐसा भी केसेस आपके सामने अभी दिखाई दे रहा है. तो जब वार्ड चेंज नहीं हुआ है, वो जिस जगह पे रहते हैं उसी जगह पे रहे हैं, तो फिर उनका वोटर लिस्ट में नाम कैसे नहीं है? दिस इज ए वेरी बिग मिस्टेक बाय द इलेक्शन कमीशन. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर ये मैं एक बार फिर से कहूंगा कि अगर ये टेक्निकली और ह्यूमन एरर है तो इलेक्शन कमीशन को इस पर विशेष ध्यान देने जाने की जरूरत है, क्योंकि यहां जो मुंबई की बात है ये बहुत ही हाई लेवल पर ये गड़बड़ी है. आपके आंकड़े अगर 10 लाख हैं तो इट इज ए वेरी बिग मतलब अमाउंट. मैं बोलूंगा कि
Sanjay Tatkare, do you believe that this could have been a technical error or a human error, an error of this size, if the numbers are true?
See, the numbers are true because what feedback we have been getting since yesterday from all our party workers who are on the ground. So this figure is close to what we are saying. This has to be human error because, as I mentioned earlier, why they had to change the serial number from assembly segment to ward?
That's the wrong thing.
Though delimitation happened, there was no reason for them to change the serial number, and the human error has occurred while changing the serial numbers.
Rajkumar Sharma, we are also understanding from reports that societies that are in redevelopment were left off the list. No building, no vote.
Yes,
is that
no
the
building,
is
no
that
vote.
true?
The building has vanished. I think they should stop paying taxes because their buildings don't exist. See, what he's saying is right. What has happened is, the day before the election at 2 o'clock, the final list was given. I mean, that list went on changing. First list was given, like I'm from Ward 152, there are 47,000 voters. The serial numbers were 1 to 47,000. The CD was given, the 3,000 rupees that person must, all the candidates must have paid for the voting list. Then they get a call, no, things have changed, the booths have changed, you will get it corrected. They went again. Third time they said, no, again the booths have been changed, so you again come and get it corrected. Fourth time they said, now the numbering has changed. Every booth started from serial number 1. Why did that happen? That has created the biggest confusion. If your voter list number in a particular booth was 425, every booth would have a 425 name with some different name. That created a big confusion inside the polling booth, outside on the tables also.
Indrani Malkani,
yes.
Has this ever happened before?
I'm a bit surprised to hear this because honestly, I'm a bit flummoxed. This sort of thing happening, I need to go back to find out what. No, I mean, I'm not disproving. I have nothing to say whether it's true or not true. I'm sure it is if it has happened in certain places. Now, as I said, that from this, there are
you have to
quite
ask
a few
people who are working on the ground, madam.
This has happened.
No, I'm.
No, but you have to come down and ask this very basic question.
Yes.
Were these elections fair elections? Were these results, will these results be fair results? Indrani Malkani, and then I'm going to go over to Priyanka Chaturvedi with the same question. Indrani, would you say these were fair elections at this point?
See, if you were to say fair election, election is always fair. Because unless you have proved that it has been unfair and deliberately done, how do you, I mean, it's a legal question, so I can't say that it is unfair. We have gone to vote. There are many sides to these things. I am not in any way saying that administratively certain things should not have happened. So that is something which we need to go back and find out.
Administratively from the election commissioner, from the election commission, or from the BMC, from the MCGM?
I would say it comes down to operational things. Election commission, state election commission, and the MCGM, which was the administrative body, which actually conducted the elections. So the physical things which challenges which are being talked about this evening, those would come with the administration. So I think there is a lot of mixing of the two. The roles are from the Election Commission of India. These roles have been handed over to the State Election Commission. Then the names have been put in the different electoral wards. Now this is where, when the names have been put in the different electoral wards of 227 wards, apparently there obviously has been certain glitches which ought to have been avoided. You can't say that things have not happened. It is true that it has happened, and if it has, then we need to have learnings from there and change it. But what I would say is that today technology needs to be used correctly. So a software to do pure voter roll is really the call of the day. And also, there is another point, that came out quite strongly, is about why we need to go back and check our names all the time. Now, voter list is a constant updation. Constantly it is going on. So therefore, correctly, suo motu names should not get deleted. That is why.
No, but Ms. Malkani, while I understand that, if there was a different list posted online and a different list at the polling booths, so then saying you should have gone online and you should have checked earlier would have made no difference, because I would have seen my name on the list online, but not found it at the polling booth. At which point it was too late to do anything.
Exactly. That I'm very surprised at, because I've never heard of this before. I mean, online name being there of the pure voter list, there is no reason why the name would not be there in the in the book.
Let me bring in Priyanka
that is something I'm completely taken aback.
The truth is that of these elections right now, what we're talking about, we wound up talking about the learning curve and what we should learn for the next elections. But where does it leave the result of this election? Was it fair to the people who were not allowed to vote? Was it fair to the candidates who did not receive the votes that they could have? Where does this leave the result?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I mentioned, that victory and losses depend on a margin of 400 to 500 votes, sometimes even less than that. It can be down to 2-digit difference. So when you leave a large chunk of voters, it is quite unfair that we are denying them their right to vote. And as far as this online checking is concerned, let me tell you, I was helping a lot of voters, and I realized that some of the private sites, the the volunteer sites, did not throw up names of people who were registered voters, while the Election Commission website showed their names. And when they went to the polling booth, their names were again missing. So this kind of discrepancy, when we talk of a digital India, we talk of an election commission which is so clued into digital world, why is this discrepancy that comes in? And considering Mumbai voters have been very reluctant to come out and vote, and they have come out in large numbers to vote, it is extremely disappointing and unfair to be denied the right to vote. So this is not just a learning. There has to be some decisive action taken when you have a huge chunk of voters being denied their right to vote.
Rajiv Mishra, should there be some sort of action taken right now, because counting will begin tomorrow morning?
मैं थोड़ा सा एक बात कहना चाहता हूं कि मैंने देखा कि कांग्रेस, शिवसेना, ये सब जो वोटर लिस्ट में जो गड़बड़ी हुई है उसको लेकर के ऑब्जेक्शन लिए हैं, लेकिन सरप्राइजिंगली बीजेपी ने इस पर कुछ नहीं बोला है अभी तक, और ये इलेक्शन कमीशन पर कोई उंगली नहीं उठाई है। मैं नहीं जानता कि इसके पीछे रीजन क्या है, बट लेकिन मैं इतना जरूर कह सकता हूं कि अगर आप फेयर पोल कहते हैं तो फेयर पोल इसमें भी होना चाहिए कि जो लोग वोट कास्ट करना चाहते हैं उनको वोट कास्ट करने देना चाहिए, और अगर वो वोट कास्ट करने में किसी भी कारणवश अगर नहीं कर पाए हैं तो इसको मैं समझूंगा कि उनके साथ तो ये फेयर इलेक्शन नहीं है।
Let me point out for you, Rajiv Mishra, that Makarand Narvekar also represents the BJP at this point. So,
absolutely.
So Niranjan Shetty, you go first, and
I
then
would like to respond him in Hindi because he spoke in Hindi. मिश्रा जी, ये बता दूं कि सबसे पहला अगर कोई इस बात को उजागर किया था तो मेरा एक काउंटर पार्ट है जो स्पोक्स पर्सन है, उन्होंने इस बात को उजागर किया कि इस प्रकार की धांधली हो चुकी है। तो जहां तक ये बात होती है तो कोई हमारी वहां पर पॉलिटिकल बात नहीं होती कि बीजेपी को
आफ्टर इलेक्शन आपके यहाँ से कोई स्टेटमेंट नहीं है। आफ्टर इलेक्शन जो स्टेटमेंट है
यहाँ पर मैं प्रवक्ता हूँ मुंबई बीजेपी का, और मैं खुद और कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट भी होता है, आप समझिए। मैं तो स्वयं
आफ्टर इलेक्शन वेयर इज कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट?
आप 23 तारीख तक जब तक आपका रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर नहीं होता तब तक,
लेकिन इसमें जो लोग वोट नहीं दे पा रहे हैं कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट कहाँ लागू होता है?
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ,
वोट नहीं दे पा रहे हैं।
apart from that, no, I am saying,
go ahead.
I am myself saying the election commissioner has failed miserably in getting such kinds of votes, those who literally voluntarily wanted to vote. मैं इस बात को मानता हूँ, I am not denying. On the contrary, ये नुकसान हमारा है कि हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा we wanted the changes and we asked for the change in the voting pattern. So it is a loss. हम क्यों रोकेंगे हमारी तरक्की को? या हमारे वोटर्स हैं या किसी का भी वोटर्स हो, मैं ये मानता हूँ, I agree, I fully agree. No, I was just fair enough.
Makarand Narvekar, go ahead.
No, I don't think we should politicize this. I think it's a serious issue. And the fact remains that even if one person has been not allowed to vote or cannot vote if he wants to, I think it is as serious as having 10 lakh people not being able to vote. So having said that, the issue remains that what next? How are we going to learn from this? Because if this people not being able to vote has happened previously as well, a few years back, and that too in the Congress regime. So it's not about any particular party, it is about a citizen of this city not being able to vote, and how are we going to mitigate that in the coming days? Because at this we should, the authorities should learn from this. I think very rightly pointed out some time back that technology needs to be used a little more in this process, because if there are challenges in the human resource right now which is handling this aspect, whether it's in the booths, whether it's prior to elections, then I think technology needs to
Absolutely.
we need to
Absolutely.
rely
And you
more
know,
on
Bakrat, let me
technology.
point out to you, we live in a country right now which boasts of the best IT in the world, which boasts of the Aadhaar system that has us all biometrically retina scanned and fingerprinted. But it is really, really difficult to get your name moved from one city to another city. It is really difficult. We had an RTI activist yesterday in the studio who was telling me that his father passed away in 2012. Since then, to get the name off the list, but every election they get a slip in his father's name. And he's saying these are the problems. And we have to somehow find a way to make this far more efficient. Our lists from different states need to be able to talk to each other. If we are all being retina scanned and fingerprinted, then there is only one of each of us. There's no confusion then on Vijay Kumar and Kumar Vijay. We should be able to sort out that problem. And I have one more lady who I haven't gone to in Matunga who was not allowed to vote yesterday. I want to understand from you, abhi sabka कहना है कि we should learn from this process. इस election में अभी कुछ नहीं हो सकता. We have to learn for the next election. How does that make you feel?
Are you asking me?
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
तो करना ही चाहिए क्योंकि हर टाइम हम लोग को वो लिस्ट में नाम देखना दैट इज अ पेन आई थिंक बिकॉज अगर हम लोग 3 महीने पहले ही वो लिस्ट ऑनलाइन रजिस्टर कर दे और वहाँ पे ही हम लोग को ऑन द स्पॉट प्रिंट आउट मिल जाएगा तो दैट विल बी वेरी नाइस लाइक वी कैन लर्न फ्रॉम इट कि वो अपने आप ही हम लोग को कुछ लिस्ट चेक नहीं करना पड़ेगा, टाइम वेस्ट नहीं होता है। और हम लोग के आज मेरे ही कजिन कैंडिडेट थी डॉक्टर कामिनी गोगरी, तो हम लोग घर के ही 4 लोग वोट नहीं कर पाए, तो इट इज़ अ लॉस टू हर ऑल्सो एंड इट इज़ सो इंसल्टिंग फॉर अस कि हम लोग को वोट करने हमारा राइट छीना गया है कि इतने साल से हम लोग वोट कर रहे हैं और हम लोग को ये टाइम मिलना ही नहीं जब मेरी कजिन को उसकी जरूरत थी। सो प्लीज लिस्ट इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट, देयर शुड बी सम चेंज टू गेट द चेंज। सो प्लीज इलेक्शन कमिश्नर को मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है कि प्लीज चेंज लाइए, सिस्टम को चेंज करिए क्योंकि दिस इज अ रिडिक्यूलस। इतने 10 लाख लोगों को वोट करने नहीं मिला है।
That's a very good point. I want to take that to Makrat Narvekar as the only candidate right now on this panel. Makrat, do you also feel that there were supporters, there were votes that could have gone in your favor that you haven't got because of this mess up?
I think certainly because, you know, a lot of people, it's not only about me, it is a lot of people have, you know, been affected because of this. And I'm certain that there may have been people who wanted to vote for me but could not. But a very valid point which was just brought up is I think it's, you know, speaking about technology, like right now the process is where, you know, the candidates are allowed to set up their tables outside, you know, a little away from the booths in various places. I think instead of doing that, it's all about, you know, your software. If we have ATM machines all across, we are laying stress on electronic, you know, monetary transactions. I mean, it's about, you know, feeding in a particular software and the voters list, and where, you know, a person can get his own slip right next to where he's staying. So things like this, where technology can be brought, you know, into play for the next elections, I think that's what we should be focusing on.
Rajkumar Sharma?
Yeah. I just want to ask, PAN cards no problem, Aadhaar cards no problem. Why only so many problems with voter ID card? There is something wrong in the system and nobody is made accountable for it. That is another reason. Secondly, why should the onus always be on the voter to go and check? Every time you change the voter list, I am supposed to go to the voting. It's such a pain to get your bloody voting card. It's such a pain to get your name registered. To get my voting card, my whole family, we went 4 times to get our photographs clicked. 4 different places. Ultimately, we managed to get it, still wrong.
And let me also point out that while the Election Commission had a website that said you can register online, that website was not very useful. It was not a user-friendly interface that you could have actually used. It just looked good, but it didn't actually really work. Alex Chaudhary is on the phone line from Andheri. He's a senior citizen in his 70s. I'm sorry we've kept you waiting for this long, Mr. Chaudhary. Go ahead. You are on the show.
Yeah, I am not Alex Chowdhury, I am Alex Rodrigues.
Alex Rodrigues, okay, I apologize, Mr. Rodrigues. Go ahead.
I am 74. See, I have been voting all these years. From the age of 21, if I remember.
Yes.
Those days, it was 21. And this time, I could not vote. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. And what were you told at the polling booth, Mr. Rodrigues?
Yeah, my name is not there in the list. Then I came back, asked our society people, everybody said my name is not in the list. I want to tell you, this lady who is talking on the TV now,
yes,
who is representing, I forgot her name.
Miss Indrani Malkani is a volunteer who worked with with an organization that helped the Election Commission. Miss Malkani is the woman you're referring to. Go ahead.
But then, why Election Commission is not up to date? I am finding no difficulty in any other systems in the government of India. Only in Election Commission's department there are errors like this. And I want to tell you, this election has to be nullified. Re-election has to take place. 10% of votes can make lot of difference. Even 1% can make lot of difference. You have to understand that. This election has to be nullified. It is a baseless election.
Well, Mr. Rodrigues, they're saying something that everybody's been skirting up till now, which is a very, very fair point. Should the election be nullified because 10% of the population has not been allowed to vote? Indrani Malkani, you have to answer first because the question came to you.
That applies to the nota.
Yes.
If nota, 10% people say not press on the nota, but you're supposed to have a re-election.
Yes. So should we assume that these 10% have
as good as that?
As good as nota? Indrani Malkani, what's your answer to that?
It appears that I have been given the mantle of speaking on behalf of the administration, which is not strictly true because I don't seem to have that power. However, having been, being associated with the system, let me put it this way, we still don't have what we should be having actually regarding nota, because nota's actual use would be when the nota is
but should it be nullified?
usable.
Should it not be nullified? That's the question.
Now, really, within the parameters of what exists today, you will have to follow the law. I am not the person who can answer that question. But one thing I can certainly say, with all the things that have happened, the Election Commission's software to make sure that technology is used correctly and appropriately to make the voter list, pure.
So as a citizen, Ms. Malkani, would you want the election to be nullified?
I'm not sure that I can answer that question again, not even as a citizen. Why? Because there have been glitches. We need to really know what is the percentage which has not been able to vote. That is not, we are at this point.
Is there any way to find out for sure?
Yeah, sure. Because once the counting takes place, you will have the number of registered voters. So,
no, but if they're not on the list,
but
they're not on the list, how will we know who was missing?
Can I come in?
Yeah, okay, let's open up this question.
I think your question is whether we can nullify. I think though it cannot be possible, what I could suggest, those who have been deprived of the voting, we can start off with, because the Election Commission has the record, who have not voted.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
all those others who have not been able to vote, we can conduct a fresh such kind of voting. That's what I can suggest.
How would it affect the election? So then the results should not come out
it may not be in the parameters of the Election Commission of India. Though, because it is a serious issue. See, it's a miserable failure on behalf of Election Commission of India that such kind of, irrespective of any voter, been deprived of being
okay, you also then Niranjan Shetty represent a party. Are you saying will the party accept tomorrow's result? If you believe that there's been a terrible failure.
As far as you are saying fair, as far as...
It's not fair. You said there was a terrible failure, there's a terrible mistake.
Absolutely.
Does your party accept the result that comes out tomorrow?
In democracy, you have
or will you wait for the result to come out to decide whether or not you'll accept it?
We wouldn't do that. We will always see it's a mandate given by the people, those who have voted. Now you cannot, segregate all this, like those who did not vote and those who voted. So whatever the mandate
segregation
will be
was done
there,
yesterday between those who did not vote and those who voted because
I gave you a suggestion. I gave you a suggestion.
Could not vote. Sanjay Tatkare, same question. Should the election be nullified, as Mr. Alex Rodrigues said on the phone?
No, Alex Rodrigues might have his opinion. My suggestion is, Now, we have to look at ways and means to upgrade the voter list, improve the system, link all this to Aadhaar card and whatever technology is available. And secondly, the government of India and the Election Commission should come clean. What is the status of how many people have actually been denied the right?
Okay, Indrani Malkani says very interestingly that the election cards cannot be linked to the Aadhaar card because the Supreme Court has made it very clear that the Aadhaar card can only be used for subsidy and for a couple of other things.
You know, when I mean, this discussion is not for Aadhaar, but the fact is, I'm sure that the political dispensation is well aware that Aadhaar number is applicable to all residents of India, not citizens of India. And residents of India are not citizens necessarily. So therefore, the voting can only be applicable to citizens of India. There is that basic difference between the two. And so, the
Aadhaar card and the passport, retina scans and fingerprints, all of us. There's a biometric. Yes.
The passport is.
Can't those databases talk to each other?
No. You see, when the Aadhaar, and let me tell you, the Aadhaar is done by many private parties, right? I mean, you're aware that although there are checks and balances, etc., but the matter is still in Supreme Court. Ruling has not been.
Let me just very quickly. I'm sorry, yes, I have to wrap up the show, but I very quickly want to ask one second. Priyanka Chaturvedi, does the Congress also feel that this election is valid? Will you accept the result of tomorrow? Priyanka Chaturvedi?
Voting cards are done by the private parties.
No, it's not.
Sorry, it is not. One second. Priyanka Chaturvedi,
you have to repeat the question.
I'm just going to repeat this question.
No, it is.
Priyanka Chaturvedi, I asked the other parties the same question. Do you believe that this election should be nullified, or will you, as the Congress party, accept the results that come out tomorrow without complaint?
No, there cannot be just a black and white solution. Either we accept the results or the entire election process should be nullified. We need to find a solution to those 10 lakh voters who have been denied their right to vote. So perhaps this entire result could hold on for another day, and maybe these 10 lakh people should be accommodated and be allowed to vote. So this is where I feel there can be a solution that can be found. We cannot have an either or situation here.
Well, this is a very interesting suggestion at the end. Hold the results for another day to accommodate one more day of voting to the people who have been left off the list.
I just want to add what Mr. Makaran said. I am in par and same what he suggested. But though Mrs. Malkani said it is not possible, we can create 5 years are there almost in the hands of election commission.
No, but holding
so
down
they can create such ATMs or such kind of vending machines.
No, these 5 years could perhaps be given a chance to a party, could be given just because 10 lakh people have been denied their right to vote.
No, I too agree.
It's a fair point.
Winning
the election commission hold off for a day?
I think I too agree on that.
But the question is, see, there are multiple questions here. Priyanka Chaturvedi, you've made a very interesting point.
It's convenient for some political party.
Absolutely. I think you are politicizing the issue. It is very unfair when we are discussing of the voters being deprived of the voting and you are again trying to bring that politicized issue. Why are you trying to politicize? We are here for a solution.
When they come to vote, they come to vote.
So I suggested those who are not able to vote, can we create or allow them to vote in another few days? That is what I suggested. Now don't expect that you will get some kind of relief. You are already in corporation. I myself stated your number will go down below 30.
Sanjay Tatkare, do you agree?
Even below Congress.
Do you agree?
Argument always how can you keep politics out of voting? How can you keep politics?
Sanjay Tatkare, do you agree?
Candidates who are coming from political parties.
For years, the election.
Okay, one second.
There is no reform.
One second. Let me bring another voice. Sanjay Tatkare, politics cannot be.
Let's not take politics.
You never give reforms.
No, I will be digressing. Niranjan Shetty, you're digressing. Let's stay on topic. I'm losing time. Sanjay Tatkare, do you agree that politics cannot be left out of elections and somewhere there must be some sort of vested motive?
You should be on par with me when we are discussing.
Fair enough. Let Sanjay answer.
Obviously not. Politics.
You're not coming to make your political choices.
You are coming here.
Part of election process.
Yes.
And you have to consider that all political parties, they will try to influence. And today BJP is in the right position to influence the election commission.
Sanjay, I agree with you. we will naturally do. You, myself and all other political parties, we need to go and meet, discuss and sort it out. What I was trying to say here, 5 years are there with in the hands of the election commission. After every 5 years, you come and do certain kind of elections. So during that period, they can do all these things.
So here's the truth, and here's where we stand at the end of this conversation. Whether or not it was a human error, or there was a deliberate sort of manipulation done of the list, 10 lakh people were left off the list. That's 10% of those who could have voted in this election. What does it mean for the results? What does it mean for the government that does come into the BMC for the next 5 years? And even if, like Priyanka Chaturvedi recommended, the result be delayed by a day, is 1 day enough for the Election Commission to fix the problem and actually get those 10 lakh names on a list again? I doubt it. If they could do it in a day, they could have done it in a year or in 5 years that they had to get this done. The truth is, this is what we are going to have to live with, and these are questions that might go unanswered for a very long time. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.